This PowerPoint video goes over the definition of stress and different kinds of stress, as well as the implications of stress. Stress is the physical, emotional, cognitive, and behavioral response to threats or challenges. Physical symptoms include sleep problems, sickness, and body aches or ailments. Behavioral symptoms include pacing, crying, overeating or undereating, substance use, or aggressive behavior. Emotional experiences might include anxiety, depression, hopelessness, fear, irritability, and frustration. And mental symptoms include concentration problems and the inability to make decisions. These are just a few examples of stressors, including deadlines for work or school, steps required to complete certain projects or activities, people who annoy you, unexpected life changes, and things that are imaginary, such as the argument you had with your boss while you were taking a shower this morning. Stress can be classified as distress, which is the obvious unpleasant stress, and it can also be classified as eustress, which is the pleasant stress. Eustress is healthy and provides the right amount of tension to promote motivation for things like studying or memory functioning. Environmental stressors include catastrophes, which are unpredictable events that cause a lot of stress and feelings of threat. This could include extreme weather, hurricanes, fires, terrorism, or war zones. Major life changes, which can be unpredictable or predictable and aren't necessarily all negative, are also examples of environmental stress. Yes, negative, unexpected life changes could occur, such as death, but there are other positive changes that could occur as well, such as getting into a degree program, completing college, starting a new job, or getting married. And daily hassles are also considered environmental stress, which makes up the bulk of environmental stressors. These are the daily things that we experience, such as irritations and delays. This can be different for everybody, especially depending on somebody's age. For example, the stressors of a 3-year-old are very different from those of a 30-year-old. Psychological stressors include pressure or urgent demands, or expectations, and uncontrollability. Research says that the less control you feel you have in a situation, the more stressed out you are. Frustration is another example of psychological stress, which can be external or internal. External frustrations are things that don't necessarily apply to you personally, like your car breaking down, whereas internal frustrations are based more on personal characteristics, such as not being able to reach a goal of going into the military because you have asthma. The typical response to frustration is aggression. The frustration-aggression hypothesis was created by behaviorist psychologists. The idea is that frustration causes an internal readiness to aggress if certain external cues are present. However, if one cannot aggress, they might reason with the aggression. They could also displace the aggression, like kicking the cat or punching a wall. They might also attack somebody who is smaller or weaker. They could also escape or withdraw, such as leaving a significant other when times get tough, dropping out of school, getting high to escape feelings of aggression, or in extreme cases, suicide. The general adaptation syndrome explains how our body physiologically responds to stress. The very first reaction is the alarm stage. During this time, the sympathetic nervous system, or the fight or flight system, is active. Hormones that increase heart rate, blood pressure, and adrenaline are released by the adrenal glands that sit on top of the kidneys. During the resistance phase, you start to feel a little bit better as some of the stress symptoms are relieved. However, your body has already started its activation process and will continue to do so behind the scenes until all the resources are used up. Once all of your resources are used up, exhaustion takes place. You will likely feel extremely tired as a result. Once the system is completely over, the parasympathetic nervous system, or the rest and digest system, activates to replenish the body's resources. Consistent experience of this cycle is normal because this is how people adapt to life. However, other problems may result, such as high blood pressure, a weakened immune system, or even death. Research shows that the immune system treats stress as if it were an illness or disease, which can lead to other problems like heart disease. Over time, plaque builds into your arteries, which is then processed and taken care of by the liver. The liver is a part of that parasympathetic nervous system, or the rest and digest system. Therefore, if somebody is stressed out all the time and their sympathetic nervous system is constantly activated, then the parasympathetic system doesn't get a chance to do its job. Therefore, this plaque continues to build up until the person has a heart attack or a stroke. Moreover, if the immune system cannot do its job properly because it's too busy dealing with stress, then it might not be able to catch mutated cells, which can turn into cancer. Stress has also been shown to depress the release of natural killer cells, which are responsible for suppressing viruses and destroying tumor cells. Stressed individuals tend to make poor life choices such as poor diet, substance abuse, or lack of exercise. Poor diet could lead to weight gain, which could in turn into diabetes. And finally, stress has been affiliated with depression and mental and physical disabilities as people age. And interestingly, there is an affiliation with HIV and AIDS with stress. My best guess is that stressed individuals look for unhealthy outlets, which could include unsafe sexual outlets, or perhaps individuals with HIV/AIDS contracted the disease and then become extremely stressed.